Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Money Blocks Releasing Live. I'm your host, Roswitha Herman, Somatic money coach, business coach, and expert in everything to do with money blocks releases and the nervous system tracking. And today, I cannot wait for you to meet Jordan because she's my guest and we're gonna release one money block from all levels. We're talking DNA, past lives, soul, energy grid, cells, organs, tissues. We're gonna see where her money block exists. And we're also gonna do a somatic practice together so that you watching us can also have a release on your nervous system and prep the body for deeper work in case that's something you want to do along the line. So right now I'm waiting for my guest, but until my guest comes, hello Diana, welcome. How are you today? I must say, this is my first really good day of the year, and I think it's because of sun. Like finally the sun was shining, and I think I got all that good energy from the sun. Like I'm a person who loves sun and needs sun in her life, just not too much because I don't like super hot, but I like the light. Oh, Jordan is here, so I'm so excited to have her. So let's can't wait to have another money release through someone else.
Hi, can you see me okay? Can
Hi.
you hear me okay?
Yes. How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm good. How are you? You look beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, how is your day going? Or it's morning for you, right?
It's 11, so it's good. I have been worked out and been to the dentist and gotten ready and had a good breakfast. So I am all ready for you.
Awesome. So, please tell us, Jordan, what do you do? Who do you serve? And how do you serve people with?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the founder of Ignite Your Soul brand, and it is a branding studio that is there for branding and image. And we work with 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs, female founders, to craft an identity architecture so that their inner world matches their external presentation.
Awesome. So perfect. I love when the guests that I have on my show can deliver the answer in like a straight line, like in 1 minute. Go. Awesome. I love that. So, since it went so fast, what is your fear around money, or what is a specific money block in case you thought about it that you would like to release today?
Yeah, well, I've actually been thinking about that knowing we have our call. So there's like a couple things that I think would be interesting to explore. So growing up, my mom always used to say marry rich, right? And like, of course, everybody wants that. But I've been really, I really like think about beliefs and I'm like, how does that affect my life? And I really feel like I was actually looking at my social security statement the other day when I was doing my taxes and I was like, huh, interesting how I was making crazy amounts of money and then I got married and I was like, okay, now I'm like my job is to be, the wife and do all of the wifey things and I'm gonna work now we're divorced, but I was like I'm gonna work with my husband at the time and I'm gonna make a lot less money. And I was just like, why was that? And I was like, I feel like that belief, although had good intentions, created this framework where it's like I can't fully embody like my power as a woman, as an entrepreneur, because I'm sitting around waiting for a man to take care of me. And like, don't get me wrong, like having a provider man sounds amazing, but I think they're two independent things.
Mhm. I love this. We haven't had this topic on the show before, so let's delve into it. Um, let me think a little. When you were talking, I got a memory from 2015. I was just starting my business, like 2014 actually, before I was in school for coaching.
Wow.
And, we were practicing on each other. We had to have like 700 hours of coaching and so on. And I met a person. She was already married. I wasn't. I was like 23. And she was married to somebody who was, at the time, was making at least six figures a year.
Yeah.
So from that at that time, that seemed like a lot, like
Right, right, right.
huge amounts of money,
You're like, by
especially
God,
yeah,
it's amazing.
especially in Europe, because in US might have been normal, but in Europe the salaries were not that high. Like six figures was not normal, especially not like 11 years ago.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I was with my boyfriend, who's my husband now, and I was like, oh my God, to have such a husband, you don't have to make, like, her coaching business would be just a hobby as she
Right.
does, as she's raising kids, she would have like this hobby to play
Right.
with, but the hobby took care of everything. And then as I was telling her that I would love that, and I would love to have a partner to support me financially, her answer was like, it hit me right in the head, and she said, well, you're very independent and you're very outspoken and you're very, like, you have this leadership material. You would not last in a marriage like that. And
Yeah.
I was like, huh, interesting. And she's like, you would last for like what, 3 months, 5 months, and then you'd be like, nope, I need to do my own thing.
Right.
I need to have my own money. I need to have control over how I spend my money and what I do and all that. She's like, you're not wifey material in that sense. Yeah? You're
Right. Right.
not
Right.
that kind of woman to just be like, do nothing or just raise a family and have no
Right.
other purpose, which is
Right.
not bad.
Right.
Like, I know there are women who they're made for that, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But as she told me that, I was like, yeah, I'm not that. So are you that? Like, is that something, or are you more like me, like this leader? Like, you need to build things and do things and have your things your way.
Um, it's a great question because I think that I grew up with a very masculine, like masculine feminine example, which, had its positives, but I think ultimately at this point in my life doesn't serve me. So I've been really on a journey of, how do I truly embody my feminine? What does that even mean? Right? Because
Mm.
being so in my masculine of overfunctioning and, burning out, it just like that doesn't end well, right? And so like I've really been on a journey of what does feminine mean, right? It's not like, yeah, wearing dresses, sure, but like what is the internal embodiment of being feminine? And it's really a mind frame of,
Mhm.
receivership. It's so deep. It's like receivership, um, you know, giving men a space to step up and, be the provider, be the man that does that, as opposed to like, I'm gonna do all the things, right? And so it's been a lot of a process of deprogramming that for myself.
Mhm.
And in that, sort of like peeling of the onion, it's like, oh, that belief's been hidden down there, that belief's been hidden down there. And I've always kind of circled around this, but I feel like that belief is it's sort of created like an invisible ceiling for me.
So coming back to my specific question,
Yeah.
do you feel like your masculine created a leader in you, but you no longer identify with that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just think that living in that, embodying that identity
Mm-hmm.
is it's not, it doesn't create satisfaction for me, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to do everything by myself and I have to lead, and it's like I don't want to trust someone to do something in my business, and it's like, no, I want to sit back and be like, I'm the feminine power, like bring it on. I'm
So
ready.
you want to be supported.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the hidden thing, which, to be honest, being I'm actually the provider, and I have been, just because my husband got sick for the last 10 years, and that
Yeah.
that was the reason why he couldn't make money. And I know I manifested that because I was so jealous of how easy he was making money, and how, like, I always found that for men, money comes easier because they just expect it, or they just like,
Well, society's also constructed differently,
yeah, yeah,
right?
of course. But I was just talking in business. Like, we were
Right.
both entrepreneurs, we were both doing the same thing, and he had a natural confidence that I didn't have when it came
Mhm.
to making the sale, asking for money. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I had to work on releasing my own blogs to be
Yeah.
able to reach his normal level. Like, that was his baseline, and my baseline was like here.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I wanted to be better than him. So that masculine energy that I was embodying, always in competition with everybody, always trying to be the best. And what I noticed is, I also struggle with the same as you, especially as a provider. How can I be more feminine? And there was a couple of years ago where everybody was talking about masculine and feminine, and you should
Right.
be more feminine and all these things. So I went through the same journey, just as you mentioned. And what I've learned for myself was that as it's a very nuanced and very complicated, so I'm not gonna be able to explain it in like a minute. But being a woman in this DNA, where you want to be supported by your partner and you want to allow your partner to shine and be the man in the relationship,
Right.
but you have multiple relationships. So you can allow yourself to be supported at home, you can allow yourself to be supported at your in your job or in your career as a business owner by your employees, by other people. Even at home, you can have a cleaner, you can have other people that support your life, and at the same time you can still be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about not being just one in everything. Is allowing yourself to be the leader in making decisions and the vision of your business and what you want, and allowing support at home, in your relationship with your partner, in other things. So it's not one or the other. I've always seen women either go from
Mm-hmm.
masculine, everything, or super flowy,
Right.
super like,
Exactly.
okay, like we don't have to go to extreme. It's okay to be the leader. It's so, especially that some people are naturally born leaders. And when you suppress that, and I even had clients who suppress that part of themselves because some coach told them that that's too masculine. And
Mm-hmm.
then they stopped making money in their business. They felt worse about themselves. And I'm like, how is that helping you? It's not. So in your case, uh, the I think the base of your problem right now is this, feeling safe, being supported, like truly support. Like, what does support even look like or feel like for you? Do you know? Like, if you were truly
Yeah.
supported, how
Well,
would
and I
that look
think
like?
for me, it's like removing it from an outside thing, right? It's like it doesn't necessarily come from a man or a partner or a boyfriend. It doesn't necessarily come from your business, right? It's like it's that inner support. And I mean, I've been studying my relationship with money for a decade now, and it's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? When you peel something away, you're like, oh look, that's down there now. Yay, I get to deal with that now. So, like I think it's like two sides of a coin. There's like trust and support, right? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
trusting that you will be supported, like desiring the support, but then releasing control to allow the support, and then also releasing the control to realize that the support can come in different ways that you may not expect it.
Okay, so now you're going into control. So it's less about support, it's more about feeling safe, letting go of control, which can be around anything, allowing things come in, how they come in, all these things. So there are
Right,
two different topics here. They're both huge, but they're
right.
two different topics. Which one do you want to do? Because we're going to start with the somatic practice first to prep the body. Which one would you like to release? The
Hmm.
allowing support or the letting go of control?
I guess how would you define how they show up in my life so I can see which one feels more like present?
Right now, they're both intertwined in your life. I don't think
Mhm.
there is one without the other because it's hard to let go of control if you don't feel safe being supported. And so it's like but maybe if you feel supported, then it's going to be a little bit easier. If you feel safe allowing support in, maybe it's going to be a little bit easier to let go of control, like trickle it down.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I think the support is because I like you said, I think it is kind of almost the chicken or the egg, but I
Mm-hmm.
think with feeling the support, it's like, oh, I don't need to control. Whereas the other way, it's like, when can I give up control? Like when support arrives, right? So I think
Mm-hmm.
one
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Mm-hmm.
kind of leads more than the other.
And it's funny, it's never funny because everything works in perfect timing. But exactly on Sunday, I worked on myself and I realized because I noticed I'm repeating a cycle right now. It's the third time I'm repeating a cycle in the last couple of years. And it was about needing to collapse before being rescued. So parts of me wanted to be rescued and were waiting for the collapse because after collapse, somebody needs to rescue me somehow because I
Right.
cannot. Like I'm at the lowest. And I was like, I don't, I even released the rescued from my whole existence. I was like, I don't even want rescue to exist in my life. I don't need to be
Right.
rescued. I don't want it to exist as an experience because if you're always safe and you're always
Right.
supported, there's no need for rescuing. There's
Hmm.
literally no need. So now here we are talking about allowing support in and feeling safe with support. So it's fascinating. Okay then. So we're gonna start with the somatic. We're
Okay.
gonna go deeper into this support. We're gonna see what comes up, and then we're gonna go into the deeper release on a specific money block related to support. And that's gonna
Okay.
come out as we're doing the somatic because I don't know exactly what will show up in your life.
Okay.
So, okay. I would like for you to close your eyes and sit
Okay. I'm gonna take
comfortably.
my
So
glasses
you're,
off.
yes, please. And everybody else who's watching, you can do this with us. So if you wanna allow more support in your life and release resistance around receiving support, this is perfect for you too. So everybody, let's close our eyes and focus on our breathing. So in through the nose and out through our mouth. That's going to be the preferred breathing method. If you can, if you have stuffy nose, then don't do that. Do whatever you want to. Just breathe and focus on your breathing. And as you breathe, I want you to kind of scan your body from head to toe. Just go lightly, just observe. Some of you might see certain colors in different parts of your body. Some of you might just perceive some tension or pain. Just notice where. There's no need to change. There's no need to do anything about those aspects that you're seeing. You're just witnessing right now. Just allowing it to be, bringing awareness to your body. And just breathe. And if there's pain in the body, like real pain, just breathe through that pain without needing it to change. Just imagine how the air goes into that pain and just is released, but with no expectation for the pain to go away. That's not the purpose here. We just wanted to be aware of where the pain is in the body. So this message is for somebody who's watching right now. I don't know who feels pain, but somebody definitely has pain in their bodies. And as you breathe, I want you to connect to all surfaces where your body is supported by something. Maybe your chair or the floor or the couch or whatever you're sitting on. And just observe, how is the surface feeling towards your skin? Like it might be your back, it might be your bottom, it might be the soles of your feet. Just be aware of where your body is touching another surface. And as you bring awareness, allow your body to sink in to that surface. Just allow your body to just relax into that. Like if you're sitting on a chair, just imagine like with an exhale that you just sink deeper into the chair. It's like, oh, I can just sleep here if I want to. I feel so relaxed. And allow each part of your body to just let go. Let go deeper and deeper and deeper. With each exhale, your body relaxes even more. And now that you're relaxed, I want your body to be aware of this, the vibration of the feeling of unconditional support. Because right now, you're unconditionally supported by the chair and the floor. The chair does not emotionally blackmail you. The chair does not care if you've been good or bad today, if you've eaten healthy food or snacked on junk food, if you've made money or didn't make money, if you've thought bad thoughts or super happy today. The chair offers you the exact same amount of support, no matter who you are or what you've done today. And that's the definition of unconditional support. It's being there for you no matter what. So how does it feel in your body to be unconditionally supported? For some of you, you'll feel something. Allow your body to get used to that. For others, it might be such a new concept that you cannot notice how does it feel. That's okay. That's just your perception. Your body is aware and your body is remembering. And the more you practice this, the clearer the frequency of this being, this feeling will be. So unconditional support. And now I also want your body to be aware of this inner knowing, this security that right now it's safe for you to have your eyes closed because you know that you don't have to open your eyes every 5 minutes to check to make sure, is there a threat in the room? Is the chair going to disappear from under me? Is anybody going to come and steal the chair? Like, these kind of thoughts do not exist. And you know for a fact that it's safe for you to have your eyes closed. So this inner knowing, this sure thing, I want your body to remember, how does it feel to have this? How does it feel to know something so clearly and so surely, like, yep, I'm safe right now. I can close my eyes right now. Because the more you practice this feeling, the easier it is to gain access to it whenever you want to. And as you breathe, you're now in the perfect state to allow some release. And we're going to start with the guided visualization. So I want you to imagine a big, beautiful table in front of you. And I want you to decorate it with your favorite foods, your favorite drinks. Maybe you add balloons or candles or lights or flowers, whatever decoration you want, because this is your event and everybody's here to celebrate you. You can have a specific theme or no theme. Go nuts. And just let me know when the table is set.
The table set.
Awesome. We're going to invite at this table people, emotions, thoughts, memories, just like they're all people. So everybody's going to look like a person, even though it can be different things. And we're going to start with memories. So I want you to go back as far as you can into your past at the first memory where you learned that it's not safe to receive support. Maybe you asked for it and something happened. Maybe somebody scolded you. Maybe something bad happened and you learned through observation that, see, because I asked, this happened. This was the consequence of me asking. Or maybe you observed somebody else asking and receiving some bad consequence, and you were just witnessing it. And from that moment on, this belief was ingrained into you. So whatever it is, allow the first memory to come into your mind and invite that memory at the table. Do you have the first memory?
It's more like a collection of, I can't think of one specific thing, but it's more like a
Okay.
feeling.
Okay. So you can kind of go through kind of your life and allow all the memories that seem to be familiar with this concept come at the table and just invite them all. And take as long as you need to. We're not rushing this. And just whenever you feel like all the memories are at the table, you let me know.
Okay.
And now I want you to go deeper into these memories and think of all the people that are connected to these memories and invite them at the table. So for each memory, you can have different people that were there.
Okay.
And now I want you to see, what did you feel throughout these memories? What emotions came over you? It can be sadness or fear or judgment or grief or unworthiness or anger or whatever other even feelings, because emotions are fixed but feelings are infinite. So whatever you felt, invite each emotion and each feeling at the table.
Okay.
And now look to see what thoughts, what specific thoughts you had during those memories. They will probably repeat themselves.
Oh, I know. I know what thought is.
Perfect. Invite every thought at a table.
Okay.
And now invite the need to be right, the need to control, the need to be safe, the need to be unique, the need to be like everybody else, the need to be the one, the special one. And whoever still needs to be here, but I haven't mentioned, but it comes into your awareness. Is your table full?
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm going to ask you three questions. For the first two, the answer is yes or no. Whatever comes first to your mind, there's no need to think here. And for the last question, the answer is always now. So here's the first question. As you look around this table, could you, just for now, let all these people go and disappear into the light?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
And again, if it were easy, could you let go of all these people into the light?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
Could you let go of all of them forever?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
And tell me, is there anybody at the table?
No.
The table is empty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So what came up during this exercise with your eyes closed? What feelings, what thoughts, what sensations?
I think the biggest thing was it's not safe to be vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
that you have to be guarded. Like one of the entities at the table was like wearing like a knight, like a suit of armor.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm protected, you know, I can't. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there was like fear of needing help. Like it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
safe. Like I couldn't trust the people at the time to, I don't know what the right word is, like to treat that need with care. Like they could come in and like, like I could be like, I need help, I'm vulnerable. And they're like, great, attack, send in the troops.
Mm-hmm. So they didn't have your back.
Yeah. Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, I didn't, like, I could be vulnerable, but there would potentially be consequences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. Now you can open your eyes whenever you feel ready. So we already found the money block that we want to release today, which is it's not safe to be vulnerable.
Excellent.
which I knew it's gonna show up. I mean, I knew something will show up during this exercise because when we go deeper into our earth and we do a release on a somatic level, then it's safe. Something will show us, this is what we need
Yeah.
to do.
I mean, it
How
was
was
instantaneous. It was like, hi, me.
And you were very fast, so it shows that you were ready. You're ready to do this release. You're ready to tackle this. Your whole like you said yes so fast. The table emptied so fast. It doesn't happen naturally. So I wanted to congratulate you for all the work that you've done because I can see it. Like it's very visible. So congratulations. You've done a lot of work on yourself and it's
Thank you.
palpable. How was this exercise for you? Have you ever done anything similar? How was it
Um, it
the
reminded me a
experience?
little because I'm certified in NLP, so it reminded me a little bit of when you're like, where's the feeling in your body? What's the shape? What's the color? Like that you're, I don't know, personifying it or like making it other than you, so you can have a like a third person view of it. So it kind of reminded me of that, and it's interesting because I'm very creative, but I visualize things from like a third person perspective. Like I almost like see a photo, and I don't know how other people do it, but I saw like one of those beautiful pictures on Pinterest of like a wedding table with like really long and all these beautiful arrangements and flowers and the pretty plates and everything, and I was like, ooh, I was like, this is pretty.
Oh, it's very nice to observe and to see how people perceive their own table and
Yeah.
what matters to them and see it has to do with relationship and with marriage and stuff. So there's more there for sure to
Oh yeah.
identify and see what you love and what you want to explore next. Okay, well, now that we've done the somatic, I would now go deep into releasing your block, which is it's not safe to be vulnerable. And when I do it, I keep my eyes closed. I go into this theta brainwave where I can
Mm.
see everything. I will ask for your permission at each step of the way. So I will say, Jordan, do you agree with this? Is it okay? Or something like that, depending on how it comes to me. And if it's okay with you, you just say yes, and then
Okay.
I'll give the command. Um, you can come with me. I mean, in terms of you can have your eyes closed and focus on your breathing and just listen to me,
Mm.
or you don't have to, you can watch me. However you want to do it, there's no perfect way of doing it. I will yawn a lot because whenever
Okay.
I uh sense a lot of release, like whenever there's a huge block, then
Mm.
the energy needs to move through me too. So I will yawn a lot. um, what else? I think this is it. And at the end, while I'm still in that state, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Like if there's anything that you want to know, whatever. So I give you the opportunity to do so
Okay.
if you want to. Yeah, I think this is it. So
Okay.
ready?
That sounds great. I'll close my eyes too.
Okay,
It's easier for me
awesome.
to focus.
So everybody else, you have front row seat to how I do this really deep releases and how I connect. So let's get started. So, Creator, take me into unconditional love, compassion, and truth in the seventh plane of existence. Jordan, do you give me permission to work on your energy?
Yes.
Thank you. Creator, can you bring Jordan here with us? Is she here? I'm laughing because your energy is a little bit shy. I think that would
Shy.
be the word. Yes. She's like in a corner. She's like 1 feet in and one foot in and one foot is like, just
Is
in
it
case.
safe?
Yeah, exactly. Is it safe? I'm about to run. I don't know. I'm just gonna be here for a while. Like I'm just checking the vibe. That's the energy that I'm sensing. Okay, so creator, does Jordan have this fear that it's not safe for her to be vulnerable? Yes. Okay, so creator, I command that you release this fear on all levels and all aspects of her life. So identify the root cause of this fear and all the connected beliefs connected to this root cause, all the imprints, all the behaviors, all the energies, all the patterns, all the thoughts, all the emotions and feelings, all the bacteria and viruses that exist in her body that are attached to this root cause and attached to this belief system. May them all be canceled, released, and sent into God's love and light. And replace this all beliefs, all these things, replace them with How does it feel to live a great life feeling vulnerable and being vulnerable? How does it feel to know that it's safe to be vulnerable? What does it mean to be vulnerable? I'm sensing that Jordan doesn't have the definition of vulnerability. Her definition is somewhat negative. So,
Mhm.
Creator, I commanded to download into her the divine perspective over the word vulnerability so that she knows what it means. What else? What else? She knows how to live her life being vulnerable. Oh, and also that it's safe for her to be vulnerable and highly successful because I can sense there's a disconnection here. You can have one or the other. So creator downloading to her how she can do both at the same time, that it's safe to do both at the same time, that she knows how to do both at the same time. Jordan, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. So creator, now show me. Let's see. Were all these beliefs released from Jordan's core level? No. Okay, why not? What's holding them here? Is that a pattern? Behavior? No. Thought? No. A person? Okay. At what age in her life this happened? Around age of 10. Okay. Is this person a male? Yes. Is this person her father? Yes. Does it make sense? Did something happen with your father and you at about the age of 10?
I mean, probably.
Because there's something there that you haven't yet processed
Mm.
mentally, like on a mindset level. Creator, what can we do about it? Uh, is there anger? A little bit. What else? It shows me that you couldn't communicate with your father something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
You couldn't,
tracks.
okay, like you couldn't tell him, like you couldn't speak.
Mhm.
Uh, and that made you a little bit angry because you had to suppress something.
Mhm.
Uh, let's see. So, Creator, how can we release this on the core level? So, I would like for you to do this in your mind. You don't have to share it with us because it might be personal. But all the things that you probably couldn't or shouldn't, you couldn't say to your father that come to your mind now, I want you to imagine him in front of you and tell him absolutely everything. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and just let me know when you're done. There's no need to rush. Just allow yourself to communicate everything.
Okay.
How does it feel?
It was great. I mean, I've had those thoughts independently, but not
Hmm.
like kind of all at once.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so let's check. So creator, were the beliefs now released from Jordan's core level? Yes. Okay. Were the beliefs released from Jordan's DNA level? No. Okay, where are they stored? Is it on her mom's side? Is it on her father? On the mom's side? Okay, how many generations? Just the mom? The mom started it? Okay. Okay. It makes sense.
A little bit.
Okay. So, Creator, I commanded you send unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, and awareness to her mom. She did the best she could, and this was how she survived. So, of course, she passed that on because she wanted the best for Jordan. But it's no longer needed because Jordan is living a total different life experience, and Jordan is ready to let go of this and embrace vulnerability as her superpower. And if her mom is ready and willing, and it's safe for her, may she also have this belief released. Is that okay with you, Jordan?
Yes.
Thank you. That is. Okay, let's see. So, creator, were all the beliefs released now from Jordan's DNA? Yes. Were they released from Jordan's past life? Yes. Were they released from Jordan's soul? No. Is there a promise? No. A commitment? Yes. A vow? Yes. A curse? Yes. Okay, so the vow and the commitment, were they done in this lifetime? Yes. Okay. Yeah, wow, they were done at the age of 3. So something happened when you were so young that you witnessed that your whole energy like vowed and had like this commitment to never be vulnerable again. Like it's not safe, it's not okay.
Interesting. There was a
So,
fire in my house when I was a kid at around 3.
oh wow, okay.
Mhm.
Oh
Like
wow.
like I had through work, like my fear of fire came up, and my the reason that I like don't feel safe having a home, like owning a home, is due
Oh,
to the fire. Like there's a lot of stuff around that.
wow, okay, that's heavy. Okay, so Creator, I command that you cancel and consider it done and send it to God's love and light, all these vows and commitment that she made at that age. And download into Jordan, how does it feel to be safe? How does it feel? Like, so she can actually experience it. So her nervous system has this program installed. Is that okay with you, Jordan?
Yes.
Thank you, it is done, it is done. So, Creator, were the vows and the commitments released? Yes. Okay, let's look at the curse. Was the curse done in this lifetime? No. Was the curse done by her in a different lifetime? No. Was the curse put by a family member from a different past life? Yes. Okay, why? Do we need to know what happened? No. Do we need to know what the curse was about? Yes. Okay, what was the curse about? Creator, can you repeat that again? So it shows me that the curse was you should never be happy. You're not allowed to be happy. Okay, so Creator, I command that you send unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, and awareness to the person who created this curse to begin with. They did the best they could. This was their best in that moment, and that's okay. And it also sent a lot of forgiveness and compassion and love to Jordan from that past life because she was vulnerable in that moment and she received that belief and installed it and created a reality out of it. Again, she did the best she could with the circumstances that she had in that moment. And now I command that you cancel this curse, consider it done, and keep the lesson that she learned through that life experience without the need to keep the curse. Is that okay with you, Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. So, Creator, show me were the beliefs released now from Jordan's soul level? Yes. Were they released from Jordan's nervous system? No. Okay, why not? So I can see your nervous system is very scattered. It's like, you know how the nerves are all connected, like it's just like
Mhm.
this whole thing. Well, in your case, what I'm seeing is there's so many gaps. So your nerves do not communicate. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no straight line from the spine through all the ramification. Like there's many, 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 many gaps, and the information is not not communicating, not flowing freely. It stops because there are these gaps. So let me see what can we do about it. So creator, is this a physical problem? No. Is this an emotional problem? Yes. Okay. So creator, I command that you heal Jordan's nervous system and feel all those gaps that exist so that the communication flows easily and freely, and her nervous system is complete, just like it was created from the blueprint, the initial blueprint of her body. I'm just curious, let me ask, was Jordan born with this nervous system? No. Okay, because I was thinking maybe you were born with scattered nervous system, but it's not true. It happened. Did it happen all at once? Yes. So it happened all at once. Did it happen with that fire? No. Did it happen later in life? Yes. It happened with a breakup. Let's see which breakup.
Which one?
Yeah. Uh, you're a teenager, 14, 12 to 14. I'm seeing something like that. I see a boy with a flower, but there was some breakup that really scattered your nervous system. I don't know if it makes sense to you.
I mean, it was like middle school, so there was lots of crushes. I'm not sure which one of them would be.
Well,
I mean,
this was a important one for you because it really affected your nervous system. Okay, so creator, let's see. Uh,
I think
what?
I know who it is.
Okay. Uh, was the command taken place? Is Jordan's nervous system now working properly? Yes. So were the beliefs released from Jordan's nervous system? Yes. Okay. Let's go next. Were the beliefs released from Jordan's energy grid? No. Okay. Where? Are they stuck in her meridians? Yes. Are they stuck in her chakras? No. Okay. Which meridians have issues? Is there just one? Is it the lungs? Okay. Creator, what can we do about the lungs? Would it work to just flush it? Yes. Okay. So creator, I command that you flush Jordan's lung meridian of all impurities, energies, stuckness, patterns, everything that's no longer serving her, even allergies or microbes or allergens or sensitivities to allergens, everything that histamine, everything that's no longer serving her, and whatever she wants to create next in her life may it be released and sent into God's love and light. Is that okay with you, Jordan?
Yes.
Good as that. And install into her lung meridian all this fresh energy, joy, excitement, drive, passion for living, curiosity, confidence, excitement, and I see a lot of capacity. So teach her lungs to have lots of capacity for expansion and flexibility. I see there's also a need for flexibility to contrast and expand, contrast and expand. Okay, so let's see. Creator, were the beliefs now released from Jordan's meridian, from her lung meridian? Yes. Okay. Were they released from Jordan's energy grid? Yes. Were they released from Jordan's cells? Yes. Were the blocks released from Jordan's organs? No. Okay, which organs are stuck? Let's see. Is it the uterus? Yes. Is any other organ? No. So just the uterus. Okay. Is it physical? So I'm seeing some scar tissue in the uterus. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, there's a lot of sadness here, unprocessed sadness and pain. And I feel like it's sharp, The pain is sharp. I don't know if it's physical or emotional pain, but I see that it's sharp. It's like cutting, like something is cutting you. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Does that make sense?
That tracks.
Okay. So, creator, what can we do about this? Is there anything, any command that I can give? No. Is there anything that I can suggest her to do? Should she go for a checkup? Yes. So what I'm getting is that you should probably go for a checkup to a gynecologist just to, whatever, do a checkup. And also there's some work needing to be done here around this pain, like emotional pain.
Mm.
And I don't want to go deeper into it, but we can discuss later in private if you want about that.
Okay.
Let me know if that makes sense.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I had a pretty challenging birth, so
hmm Okay, so there might be
well,
something there.
challenging pregnancy, birth a little bit.
hmm Did I tell you that you have any scars there or anything like that?
I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but I
Okay.
remember when after I had my son, they told me that, if I did get pregnant again, I would be high risk and need to be monitored.
Mhm. Okay. Because I can see some scar tissue. That's what I'm seeing. There's like some scar tissue, and I was wondering, why there's scar tissue. But okay. Okay, so creator, are the blocks released from her tissues? Yes. Are the blocks released from her subconscious? No. Okay, why not? What's holding them there? So there is the need to control, but let's see which kind of control, what kind control what? What does Jordan need to control? So it shows me that you're not ready to let go of uh, of this armor that you have, because if you're vulnerable, you don't need the armor, and you're like, but I've had this for so long, I'm so used
Mhm.
to it, I don't want to let it go. Like, let me do it when I want to do it. It's kind of a rebellious part of you who's like, I will give it up when I want to give it up, not when you tell me to give it up, okay?
Right.
So are you willing, Jordan, to let it go, let the armor go?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. The creator, were the blocks now released from Jordan's subconscious? Yes, okie dokie. The creator, let's see, let's check the belief. Uh, is it safe for Jordan now to be vulnerable? Yes. Okay, good. So Jordan, while I'm still here, do you want to ask me anything?
Um, hmm. What is it about being vulnerable that has been like the fear, the stuck point?
For you?
Yeah.
So what caused vulnerability to be an issue for you?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's see. So creator, you heard the question. What is the answer? So it has multiple causes. It is related to you not being able to count on others. So you'll learn that it's pointless to be vulnerable because nobody could help you
Mm-hmm.
somehow. So then why be it? So, and you didn't want to be disappointed anymore. So then you created this story that I don't have to be vulnerable. I will never be vulnerable. I'll just figure out myself and take care of myself and do everything myself. Because this way, since I cannot count on anybody else, I can count on myself and I know myself and I can control myself. And this way I will never be disappointed again. So something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Is there anything else? Yes. Okay, let's see what else. Also the fear of being mocked. So I'm guessing you're probably mocked sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then it's like, yeah, it's not safe to be vulnerable because somebody will mock me and they will laugh at me and it's silly and I don't want to deal with that.
Like fear of judgment.
But it's even more than that. Like I see a child and I
Mm-hmm.
see like that mockery that somebody actually laughs at you because judgment can be many times. You can be
Mm-hmm.
people can be mean to you, but this is just laughing at you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the fear of people literally laughing in your face at you because,
Mm-hmm.
they're mocking who you are or what you do or whatever you're vulnerable in. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else? Yes. Okay, what? It's also, hmm, uh, you believe that if you weren't vulnerable, you would be more powerful. So you've kind of used that like that was the belief, the identity. I'm powerful if I'm not vulnerable. And I like to be powerful, so I cannot be vulnerable. So they cannot coexist kind of in the past. They couldn't coexist. So is there any other reason? No. So these were the main reasons why you had this.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Um, so now that this block has been released, what is possible now?
Okay, good question. So I can actually answer this from my normal state of being. Any other question that you have where I'm in this?
Um, has the need to control also faded, or is that still lingering?
That's still lingering. That's a whole whole other
The whole
thing.
other thing. Okay. Sounds good.
It needs its
So,
own session.
right, exactly. So is with allowing the vulnerability, like, does that make space for support?
Okay. So creator, now that Jordan feels safe being vulnerable, is she safe receiving support? Yes. Can you tell me from a scale, not you, creator, can you tell me from a scale of 0 to 100 in percentage, how much support was she allowing before this session? Around 20%. And how much support is she allowing now after the release on this specific block? Around 40%. So you're allowing more support now. So, but most likely we will need to identify more specific beliefs
Mhm.
to fully allow all the support that it's possible for you. But at least we doubled it. So that's something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is there anything that I'm not asking that I should be aware of?
So, creator, is there any message for Jordan? No, apparently not.
Okay.
Okay, so then I will come back. So, creator, I command that you cut our connection. And I want you, Jordan, to imagine yourself that you're washing yourself with light, all parts of your body from any energies or that you've encountered in this release. Myself too. And imagine that your whole consciousness is entering your body through your crown chakra and going through your body into the middle of the earth and coming back up into your body, and it stops into your heart. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Okay.
So, how was it?
So interesting. I mean, it's like you have all these different modalities that you've combined in this very unique way. It's really fascinating to see.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because I'm creating it as I'm doing it on myself. So the more I study myself and my own awareness and insights get deeper and deeper and deeper, this whole method gets deeper and deeper and deeper and more like complex, not complicated, more complex, if it's the right word.
Yeah. Well, and it's always so interesting to dive into the subconscious mind. I mean, I had no idea about the subconscious mind until I think it was 20, I think it was like 2014. I went to a Tony Robbins, and that kind of like opened my mind, and I was like, what is happening right now? I was like, wait, you mean I have choices? Like, I don't like the life that I'm living, I can choose not to do some of these things. And then I got certified in NLP, I think in 2017, and was it? I think it was 2017, 2018 and 2019. I did like multiple sessions. And so it's just always so interesting to dive and like explore the subconscious because, I've never really, like, the fire has come up a few times in various things that I've done, but I've never really thought about it and like how it really made an imprint at that age. And then,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, in that formative years, like 12 to 14, that's like middle school mean girls, like not for the faint of heart. And, there was definitely, kids were mean.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
I think I didn't really make the connect because I'm in the process of like, I'm going to launch a podcast later this year and I'm in the process of like studying all the back end stuff and like getting all the tech and building all that out. And I'm like excited about it, but I can also feel like the fear of like, do I really want to like talk, like do I want to talk? Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
for me, visibility and social media is like it's a such a like like a volatile thing because it's like you put it out there and you're like, oh, I just put this stuff out, nobody cares, or you put it out and then people are like, no. So it's interesting, like our relationship with visibility, and especially when you have a business and how that affects, you know, your results that you get in your business. And so it's so important to, clear those out. And, I think
Mm-hmm.
that like there's layers, right? It's like, we did 20%, right? Like, and then it's also adjusting as you shift things, like adjusting your nervous system to calibrate at that space and then be like, all right, this feels good, this feels safe. Now I can do like another 20% or another 20% or whatever it is. So it's always interesting
Mm-hmm.
to see how those moments in the subconscious, like how I see them in my conscious life.
Mm-hmm. And you asked me something that I said I would answer normally. What was the question? What's going to happen now
It was
because you
like
released this?
now that I mean the vulnerability is obviously not like 100%, but doubling that's good. That's a start.
No,
Um,
support was not at
support.
100%. So
Oh,
the
the
question was,
vulnerability was good,
yes,
but the support. Okay, right. Okay,
yes.
that's what. Okay, but it was like, what was now that that's made that
Mm-hmm.
shift? What's
Mm-hmm.
what's possible? What does that look
Mm-hmm.
like?
Okay, so I've learned to really explain this because there's so many misconceptions here. So what I do this release is I do it very deep. As you can see, I look at organs, I look at all the
Mhm.
other things because everything exists in everything. Like everything controls everything.
Right.
There's parts for every person is different. So for you, see, there's still some work you need to do with your womb, for example, with
Right.
your so I couldn't deal with that because there are things for you to do by yourself.
Mhm.
But when we release something, imagine that in I'm like a surgeon. I take something out and I put something in. Now, before today, before this moment, you did not have free will around vulnerability. You couldn't just choose to be vulnerable and it's safe because you were pre-programmed by your life experience, DNA, all these things to be a
Mhm.
certain way, and that was you. Now you have free choice. Now you have options. You can be safe being vulnerable, or you can choose not to be safe being vulnerable. And it's going to show up the next time you're in an experience where you are supposed to be vulnerable.
Mhm.
And then because you have awareness, you can be like, interesting, I think it's safe for me to be vulnerable now. Like you're going to have that, that thought that it's like, oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, I can do this. Huh, interesting. I
Right.
don't fear this, or I don't, or maybe I feel it very little, but I still am gonna do it. And it's just natural to you. And then the second time is gonna be even easier. And then the 10th time you're never not even gonna think about it. It's just gonna be
Right.
like your new normal. So with each belief, depending on how strong it was and how big it was in your body, it can take one repetition and it becomes your new thing. Like you'd never think again about the fear, or
Right.
it needs multiple repetitions until your whole nervous system, brain patterns are just becoming the new you. So that's why it's not like you're a new person because I've changed something. You have free will, you have options now, but you're still in control, you still have free will. So if you don't live a conscious life, you won't perceive anything because
Mhm.
most people move through life on autopilot. They're not conscious of their day to day. They're not conscious of their thoughts, of their feelings. So even if I would release something for them, they would never see it. They would never
Right.
experience it. Even though it happened. It's just like when you lose something in your house and you're like, where is it? Where is it? And you look everywhere and it's not. And then
Exactly.
you
Like the
forget
glasses are
about
in my
it.
head.
Yeah. And then you see it on the countertop and you're like, you were here the whole time. How could I didn't see you? How come I didn't,
Uh,
that's because you didn't have the awareness of that thing being there. Like you passed it, but you couldn't see it. The same thing happens. Also, normally in my one-on-one, so we all have tons of blocks, like, and they're constantly either being created or condensed in a way based on what we're observing. And the world is on fire, so we're observing a lot right now. So, but we do not need to release them all. The biggest changes in our life will be when we release the ones that are triggering us right now.
mm,
Because life is molding you. So when you're being triggered, that's the universe, or that's God, or that's your angels, or your inner being, or whoever you believe in, trying to make you pay attention to something that you need to change so you can be the person who you want to be. So it's like,
right.
that's why you're triggered. The trigger exists there for a reason. So when my clients come to me, because that's why, in every session I have, like, we have this part of coaching, and then we have the release after, every session we have the half an hour, it's just releasing. And in that coaching part, it's like, okay, so what were you triggered about in the last 2 weeks? What happened? What showed up? Because if we find that specific beliefs, there are going to be probably a few that are connected to your triggers, and we release them, you will see instant reality shift in your life.
Mm,
Instant. If we only release beliefs that are like, oh, I know I'm afraid of that, but you're not meeting that fear in your life right now, you're not going to be able to see any change because your life experience doesn't have that experience active.
right. Right. There's no like triggering event to cause the
Exactly.
awareness.
It's
Hmm.
just like saying, I'm afraid of, I don't know, of crocodiles, but I don't have any crocodile here where I'm living, but I'm afraid of them. And I can release
Right.
that fear, but then how would you know that you're not
Right.
afraid because you're not
Hmm.
living next to a crocodile? But if you were to go somewhere like in Florida or whatever, and you would see all these big crocodiles, like, oh my God, they're gonna eat me alive. And then I release the fear, then you go the next day, like, go and now see if you have the same fear. You would see the fear was gone because you were
Right.
exposed to that. So that's kind of like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. The fear does not exist anymore. So that's how my clients see huge results because they're already in that experience. We release it, they see they no longer have it.
Right. Right. That's
So
interesting.
yeah, these are all parts of how we can kind of switch our reality pretty fast because we're going with our life, not against it, or we're not controlling it. Because in the
Hmm.
beginning, I also tried to, I remember, oh, it's so funny. I was trying to anticipate what could be my blocks in the future. Like, if I have that goal, what would be my
Right.
blocks? So I can release them now so that that goal would happen instantaneously. And
Right.
that's a child's perspective. And I had to learn to let go of this and just live life and know that whatever is going to show up in my reality, that's the thing that I need to work on. I don't need to anticipate work. I don't need
Right.
to prepare myself for every possible experience and protect myself in the future. Because of this fear of disappointment, fear of pain, fear of suffering, I would try
Right.
to control the reality in the future so I will never have to suffer again. And then I matured and I was like, no, life is supposed to be filled with everything, with pain, with joy, with crying, with sadness, with anger. They're all welcome. It's just that don't stay in them for too long, but allow them to come over you and teach you something, show you
Mhm.
something about yourself that you need to address, whatever that is.
So interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
So
it's
would
like
you?
kind of what you're saying, like I pay attention, because I'm like always like working and evolving and even like a song or a message from a friend or like I'll think about someone and they'll message me and I just started studying Kabbalah and I'm like, everything in our life is we've made the choices for every moment in our life before we were even born. So when you look at it through that lens, it's like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's the lesson here? So it's just when you are aware, and it's funny because like as I've been evolving, and I like most of the people I like surround myself with are in this space. But when I'm around people that aren't, I'm like, I have nothing to talk to you about. Like, I don't know what to say to you. I'm just like, that's
Oh my God,
cool, whatever.
totally.
Like,
Totally. And what you just said here, that's exactly what the Matrix taught us. Because in the
yeah,
Matrix, they say that you've come here to understand your choices, not to make choices, because you've already made the choices.
yeah.
You've just come to understand why you made that choice.
Yeah, that was interesting. I'll have to watch Matrix again. I don't remember that
Yeah,
much of the
please
movie.
do. I rewatched it the third time in January, and it was like I finally got it.
Yeah, we watch it again next January and be like, oh my God, there's all these layers that I didn't even know were there.
I know, so it's fascinating, but that's exactly like you were just explaining exactly how the whole point of the Matrix was. So, would you recommend this kind of work to other people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, for the right person, right? If somebody is
Exactly.
like, if they're just like, oh, that's you're crazy talking, like it's like know your audience. The people that are in that
Hmm.
world and I think one has to desire to change and evolve and have that willingness to like see the
Hmm.
room for growth, see your faults, see the role that you played. That's very humbling to see your own faults
Responsibility.
or yeah, like what role did you play, how did I provoke that response. It takes a
Hmm.
certain person or at least someone at a certain phase in their life to have that willingness to expose themselves to that level of growth and awareness.
Yes, you're totally right. And in our like ending, I want you to tell us what are you currently selling and where can we find that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've just been, I think you asked me a while ago what I was up to. I've just been going through like a huge like repositioning and just like refining my offers. And so I've really spent a lot of time thinking about what is it that I'm best at? What is my zone of genius? And so I've really like pulled all of that together and I'm coming out with my signature program, Iconic Brand. And so it's like pretty much the journey for identity architecture and embodiment into that next level. Before it's like it takes you through your strategy and I deep dive into who you are as a person and how you naturally operate so that you can, and I make you a custom GPT of like how can you make sure that all the decisions you're making within your business are aligned with how you naturally operate as a person. Because I did that for myself because I was like, I feel like a lot of the choices I'm doing in my business are based on programming and what I think I should be doing. Like, what am I
Mhm.
actually good at, and how can I truly serve people, and what is my true path to wealth? And so I like stripped everything away and then rebuilt it. So now I'm excited to share that with my clients. And then going through of how do you truly represent yourself? What sort of colors really enhance your beauty? How do you tap into your power colors? How do you align your inner energetics with the colors that you wear and present yourself in? How do you use color as an ally to create, on sales calls, on webinars and networking events, and then translate that over into someone's, actual branding, and then create a plan for them for their photo shoot. So how do you tell your story? What are the different layers? How do you use all these visual cues to make sure that how you're presenting yourself is how you want to be perceived, so that you're opening
Mhm.
yourself up to those opportunities for, bigger, speaking engagements, podcasts, books. Usually people come to me when they're like ready to go to that next level of visibility. And then that kind of leads them up to, go do all those things. And then if you're
Mhm.
ready for a website, either we can do it all together or you can come back when you're ready. So I'm really excited to really take people on a much deeper journey.
And it's very in alignment with this year, I think, because this year, whoever is going to survive is going to have to be authentic.
Oh
So,
yeah.
all the businesses that are based on the old type of marketing, the old rules, or how you should be, or how your branding should be, and all these things are not going to see the level of success that they had. So, I mean, it's not a coincidence that you felt this craving to create this because the
Yeah.
world is moving into that direction, anyways.
Yeah, well, and just in doing a lot of research around this, like the current, like we've kind of come from hustle culture
Hmm.
through, just like churn and burn, put out as much content, but now it's really about the resonance of the energetic resonance. And so you're the seed. You have to have that alignment within yourself and that awareness and that understanding. And, it's like I'm working with blocks in a different way, but it's like a lot of times we evolve and we're walking around with a brand that is it's representing a different version of ourselves. And so
Hmm.
we're sabotaging. We don't want to share. We don't want to show up. We don't want to, give a link. We don't want people to go to our Instagram. You don't want to post because you feel embarrassed. And so you're having this brand shame tax that is actually,
Hmm.
costing you tens of thousands of dollars in your revenue because you're not showing up because you feel this incongruence within yourself. And so when you're actually able to align that, and once I have clients that are like, I'm not ready to rebrand, I'm evolving. I'm like, look, you're always going to be evolving. But at some point you need to put a line in the sand and say, all right, I'm going to really embody this phase. And I really work with my clients to create that space of not who are you right now. It's like, what is your vision? Who are you becoming? What is this leader, this CEO, this visionary? Who are you going to be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Like, we're building a brand so you have that space to grow. So you never, you don't outgrow the pants, right? It's like the pants, the stretchy pants, they grow with you.
I love that. So everybody who's watching, if you feel like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need in my business right now, please follow Jordan and DM her and go take her course.
Well, it's one-on-one. Like it's not a course.
Oh, oh, you
No,
said a
this is like,
signature. So I thought it was like a course.
yeah, well, I've taught it in different layers of a course, but I'm not in the space to be doing courses right now. I'm just like craving doing one-on-one and like having that
Hmm.
intimacy with the client. So, I like it's white glove. I'm like, I'm helping your business. Like it's me and you
Awesome.
toe to toe. So if that
Awesome.
speaks to you, shoot me a DM and I'd love to hear more about your vision and how I can support you.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And for everybody else watching, if you want to have your money blocks released, just like we did with Jordan, DM me money and let's talk. This is what I do in my one-on-one. And my main goal for why we do this kind of releases is for every woman to have at least minimum 10K cash months on repeat. So we're building that. If you don't have a business coach yet, or if you do have a business coach, but even though they give you the best advice, for some reason you're not making
Right.
all the money that you want, it might be because there's some blocks there and the business coach cannot release those blocks for you. So that's where I come in. Or if you don't have a business coach, we're going to work at your strategy to make it as simple as possible for you to actually be able to take action and create that. Because for everybody is different, but normally people would do it either through high level masterminds or one-on-one
Right.
until they have like they know how to acquire leads, how to post, how to, all these parts that are the base foundational of business, but for some reason they're not consistent with, or they're having issues in their family or their personal life, so they cannot show up the way they want to. So that's why they come to me. Or if you want to be on this live show, you can also DM me and we can talk about that too.
Yeah, I know we've been chatting for, I don't know, for 6 months or something like that. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Jordan, for being here. I really appreciate you. And I'm so grateful that I have actually met you now because even though in the DMs we talked, but now I actually see you're very aware. You've done a lot of work on yourself. And this is like, you're like my ideal client because I can talk to you like an equal, like stuff. Like I don't have to teach you. I can just communicate with you if it
Yeah.
makes sense. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
really, really appreciate that about you.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I know it's always nice to be around your people. Well, thank you. This was wonderful. It was so great. I know I kind of asked you like what's your method. You're like, it's kind of hard to explain. So it's really great to see your process and see that you've learned all these different modalities and really crafted your own unique way of approaching helping your clients. So that's exciting.
Thank you. And for everybody else, please have a great day ahead of you. Enjoy your week and talk to you next week.
Excellent. Sounds good. Thank you. I'll talk
Bye.
to you later. Bye.